I think we are live. How's everyone doing? Oh, I am quite sleepy today, which bodes well for this. Now, where have we gotten to? Stuff happened. Headwind got liberated. Oh yeah, let me know how this all looks and sounds, if there's anything I've got to fiddle with. I think where we got up to last time was where we got Bertrude, got a new friend, the Bog Witch, and there's now just like one star in the sky, which seems to be very mysterious. We're going to like this special new star, so I don't know what's up with that. Whilst I think we've already had this conversation with Tizo, but I'm just going to double check. Yeah. He's unhappy about something Lendl said to him. He understands why Lendl's angry with him. But whilst he doesn't like Lendl as a person, he recognizes nonetheless that he denied his freedom. It was a liberation rite. He did what he felt necessary. He wanted to help his friend go free. Nonetheless, he still feels a certain guilt and regrets that the rites force exiles into such situations. He falls silent for a while. Whether the 8 scribes ever intended for imps such as he to participate in the rites firsthand is difficult to know for certain, then. Tizo is grateful for you for listening. He knows the scribes created the rite with good intentions. He promises to keep doing his best to live up to the legacy of the scribes. He bounds up into the rafters with some of the other drive imps. Regardless of whether he truly is a descendant of Haub the Swallow, surely the scribes would have been proud of him. Well, we're proud of Tizo. But anyway, let's continue on to this strange additional star that I think is where we're going to. I do find this music a little bit weirdly incongruous with the rest of the tone. Like, everything tends to be quite sort of melancholic and analog, and here we are with this sort of upbeat, synthesized piece. Volfred joins you as you soar high above the storm-ravaged waters on approach to the infamous Isle of Chailma, one of the downside celestial landmarks. The traitor Chailma Ropecaller fled to this strange isle and met a fitting end. Among its... Oh, oons. Yes, quite candy. Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside's small misfortunes, I suppose. Wagons drive imps seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now even than usual, sir. Perhaps they feel some form of connection to this place. Tariq, do you suppose the Fate were able to make it here intact? They ought to have seen it in stars, though we soon shall know for certain. That we shall. Take us in, please, reader. So we can either go to the Bare Reef, where Bertrude can find alchemical reagents. I'm assuming that's sellable stuff. Or Ruki knows someone here who owes him for a past debt. I think... Not that I really need money, although it seems like both of these might be money, or maybe the alchemical reagents are going to make a potion for us. But in case it gives Ruki a bonus, and I want to use Ruki in the next trial. So let's go to Sharp Shoal. You make landing within the Deathless Tempest, far west of where you first breached through to the shores beyond. You wonder what sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters, though for now, you have some time left before continuing onward. Nothing going on in here? Oh, there was something going on in there. What are you? Tiny Tempest, entertaining, but would unleash calamity if ever it were to be unbottled. Am I tempting fate here? Let's collect on old favours. You follow Ruki to an inconspicuous-looking locale somewhere in the eerie stillness of Sharp Shoal. An icy floe near the Isle of Kylmer, sturdy enough for landing. Even once proud worm knights of the Sea Dominion tend to avoid the cold here. You soon procure something from a hidden stash. Alright, sister, we got what we came for. No funny business, just the way I like it. You received Ode Jews. 80 gold, that's not bad. Quite like to do some vocations. I want to level some people up. Because that's a thing you can do with vocations as well, right? We've got all the passive buffs. You find Ruki having just put back his Greentail family portrait. There's something of a wistful look in his eyes. Then something comes over him and he moves in close, lowering his voice. Look, sister, I got a level with you about something here real quick. Truth is, I haven't been entirely upfront with you about my family situation. He hesitates a while, then... We ain't exactly quite as rich as I've been letting on. I mean, we do just fine. And we've got lots of money stored away. It's just mostly locked up in savings bonds and... He seems to catch himself in the middle of another tall tale and relents before you can respond one way or another. The situation is my mum back on the other side. She needs a little bit of help financially and otherwise. All she's got now are my knuckle-headed uncles to keep her steady. Always told her I'd make something of myself, you know? I was just a clerk in her shop. Things started getting tough for us, so I started looking for all kinds of different work. Got in with some unseemly sorts, I guess, but the pay was real good. We took to shipping certain types of stuff down here, of all places. Flushing it straight down the river, watertight. The pay was right. Mum was so proud of me. We were eating real good all the time. But you can probably guess what happened. I barely scraped by after they flushed me down here. Would have been food for a bunch of howlers had Jodie not bailed me out of a tough spot one fine evening. As for my mum, she doesn't know the half of it. My uncle's told her I'm away on business. Not entirely untrue, I guess, but if she knew, it'd break her poor heart. So, don't know how else to put this, sister, but I want to get out of here. Get back to what I was doing back home, on the straight and narrow. Though, I'd go straight this time for sure! Just don't go telling everybody that old Ruki Greentail's just a mama's boy, okay? I got a certain reputation to uphold. Aw, Ruki. He quickly scampers out the door. His past has been weighing heavily on him, but you sense he was sincere about wishing to lead an honest life. Right, so past, he was a trafficker. Crime, he was convicted for smuggling. An illegal operation shipping contraband to the downside. As mercy guides our hand, we spare your lives, but rid ourselves of you from the sentencing ceremony. Motive, self-gain. He sought to undermine the social fabric of the Commonwealth. In the downside, one's past tends not to be a subject for discussion. And he was exiled 4 years ago. It is a life sentence. And he was born on the 4th of fourth moon, suggesting he is active and outgoing. One's astral sign often foretells of one's disposition, strengths, and idiosyncrasies. Aww. Well, I do want to get Ruki out next. That was vaguely what I was planning anyway. So I need to use Ruki in a few trials to get all that inspiration used up and get him up to level 4, which should put him at an even keel with Tizo. And then we can be good. Let's head over to the Isle of Kylmer against the good dog and his foster son. Here, in the murky waters of Deathless Tempest, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumours from the other side. The news this time pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the fall of Solium. You learn Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcomed, his past transgressions all forgiven. He was to be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the council or the Blood Border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused, and before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He since made contact with Volfred's agents, and is working together with them. Thus the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Viva la Revolution! Per the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn word for word and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Soon your companions are all abuzz about it. Wonder if he'll ever find the one he fell for. May that boy's spirit infect the lot of ye as would a plague. Yeah, that's how it's done, Hedwyn. Right behind you, chum. Tizo is happy to hear Hedwyn is well back in the Commonwealth. I always thought Hedwyn was looking for someone out there back home. Do you think he found her? A glorious example Hedwyn sets for all of us. The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Your companions gain +1 hope for the next rite. It'd be nice if these were permanent buffs, but I'll take the temporary ones. But good luck, Hedwyn! You have gone in glory. Your wagon shudders to a halt at the Isle of Hjalmar. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidding field. In the distance, you hear odd gibbering noises that sound like drive-imps? Well, guys, how'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for extra special customers. Ah, I'm only joking, You're the only customers I got. Got you again! Only joking about that too, because I got tons of customers. It's only they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? And they're in Canada. Yeah, Canada at another school. You wouldn't know. You've not heard of them. But they're real. Their name is Yvonne. And Igor. Yvonne and Igor. That's right. Yvonne and Igor. Another school in Canada on the moon. Anyway.
What are you buying?
I just got in a little something here which maybe you'll be into. Been hearing about these little numbers for a while. Check them out. Canada. He reveals to you a set of twin rings. A jeweled band. Ooh. Grants the bearer +2 presence, +2 quickness, and +2 hope. And a runed band, which does the same thing. Thinking these things are supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean? But anyone could probably use them, provided they was to buy them off me. I was gonna get them for myself, but... Anyways, let me know if you want them. Oh, run. So those do look tempting. But using up 2 talisman slots? And these don't give me any glory either, which is a bit of a... But the infinite stamina's nice. But I'm not sure it's worth the, what, 176 gold? Anyway, let's sell the downberry. Let's sell the black cap. And let's sell the bag of gold. Alright, so... there doesn't seem to be anything else that I really want right now, and I might just save up. Ooh, Thorned Knot. Don't think I've seen that one before. But alright, that's not particularly exciting. Ooh. Righteous Flame. After dousing the adversaries... I think we've seen that one before as well, haven't we? I've just forgotten about it. We're up to 5. I think I'm fine with what I've got at the moment, and maybe save up for some more serums when they appear, maybe after the next liberation rate. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Tell all your friends about us, because I already told mine. Yeah, my friends down in Mexico. There's nothing we need to do. Let's have a chat to Sandra, see if she's got anything to say. She does not. Oh, actually, I think we've got some stuff about other teams, don't we? That's like the main lore that I think I'm interested in, so... The Accusers are Lendel's team, if memory serves, right? The Accusers formed under Golothanian. He's a big man. He values justice, loyalty, steadfastness. Golothanian, he says that the Accusers take their name from one of his most accomplished legions from his former military days. All among them, in fact, served the Master General at one time. They represent the stoutest-hearted people of the Empire, who held true to Myr and Golothanian to the end. The golden colours of their raiments are reminiscent of their old shining armour, is his claim. Ever shall they seek out those with the truest spirits and the strongest sense of purpose to replenish their ranks. It does seem like the Accusers are somewhat taking a bit of a satirical stab at policing and how it views itself. Ooh, the Fate. That's the team we're about to face. The Fate united The Fate united under Many Mane, the Alpha Chief. He is brash, but follows his traditions. He prizes faith, discipline, and honour. Qualities he seems to lack at first. He formed the Fate under the precepts of the olden bylaws of his four-legged ancestors. They believed in a certain natural order in the way of things. Many Mane wanted for the Fate to likewise show respect. Initially, he only chose from other curs. He, however, urged the Fate to replenish their numbers from any race or ethnic group thus willing. Thus shall they anticipate what is to come with open eyes and minds and never frown upon what is in store for them. Oh yeah, I think I've already read that one. Are there any... I don't know if you've read about the dissidents before. Oh, right, we get that sort of little chord playing when there's a new... when we're at a new page. The Withdrawn! The Withdrawn did spawn forth from the wild witch Melith, in whose vigilant pursuit of the unknown and the unknowable I always felt a certain kinship. Whether the Withdrawn were Melith's kin by blood or merely worshippers, we trusted one another not to ask or care. What mattered was that Melith chose the most audacious minds who stopped at nothing short of the impossible. Though ever distant, the Withdrawn revealed to us such truths about the land which long lay hidden, even to one such as I. Their knowledge ever waking into newfound depths of consciousness, they lead us all to better know ourselves. Are there any other new ones? Don't think so. Cool. Well, let's get on with this then. As the sky begins to darken over the Isle of Kylma, you see one of your adversaries clad in the colour of the Fate step forward. Where is Faye? She arrives on cue. Oh, hi Alma, hello. Father asked me to salute you and the Nightwings, so here I am then. Consider yourselves saluted. Oh, okay, and may the scribes watch over you and Mr. Oldheart. They shall do no such thing. Know that I am only doing this to ease Father's worries such as I can. But when night falls, you are all my adversaries, nothing more. Oh, hey, Callow. Good morning to you. Hope you're not too tired at this lovely 8 AM for you. He walks away even as the darkness grows and the stars begin to shine. Oh yeah. I don't know, I'm a little bit tempted to just not... Like, the Fate aren't a particularly hard team, but... It's just... Let's just do it vanilla. Old Miller vanilla. That was a bad joke.
A glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles of the Nightwings. The 8 scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Kaelma. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Fate. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom.
Oh, we're actually just throwing away all pretense and this is a sports field. Also, turns out I've been mispronouncing Kaelma. I think I was thinking of it more as... because I think the KH in Arabic and stuff tends to be more of a sh sound. And I thought that might be sort of where the name was taking inspiration from.
Hail once again, O Nightwings! My son Ulmer tells me you have treated him most graciously. For that, I am most grateful.
Father! I said no such thing!
But, as we know each other well now, I suggest that we dispense with further interactions for the time. We must not let our hearts take sway when we are here to honor the scribes.
Faye listens intently to all this, then... Oh, you are right, Mr. Oldheart. I never thought of it that way, but you are right. Ulmer, when all of this is over, someday not too long from now, and the scribes are satisfied that we have served them well, then... will you be my friend? I don't know. Okay, I know you mean that too. Until then, may the scribes protect us all.
May the scribes protect us all.
I like the Fate. I think they're like my favourite triumvirate so far. I'm back. Sorry I'm late. I'm ready now to do my part however I can.
Now let us begin.
So my feeling, obviously using Faye, probably using, well, definitely using Ruki, and probably Bertrude. Ooh, someone's got big presence there. That's a Tizo-y sort of person there, right? So when the bearer's pyre... okay, so they do more damage when behind. Ooh. Lucky Break seems good. So Ulmer flings the orb better, and again does more damage when behind. And yeah, they've got an imp. Raji. Oh, you like this arena? It just feels very sort of sports pitch. And whilst I like the whole sort of green aesthetic going on, like that association just makes it feel a little bit more bland than usual, even though it's clearly very sort of vibrant. So you got... okay, you come back quick after imploding. Alright. That seems fine. So yeah, I think we'll have Bertrude as our main defense, and then
Bertrude.
Faye and Ruki. Let's get rid of the Kerfang from you, because we're going to be wanting that. You can keep that for now. Who's... alright, let's give it to Faye. I think. What's her special? That can bounce off objects, and here... you do like Bertrude. I swear we had more... oh, I guess I sold some of my talismans, didn't I? Sold the one that gave bonus quickness. So let's give Ruki that, and Faye that. That seems...
Faye.
perfectly cromulent. It has eyeballs. Oh, right, yeah, the little imps poking through. That is kind of adorable. Alright.
It isn't done.
We got this, people! And bog witches and curs, of which I am one.
Let us stand together now, my son.
Always, father. I am ready. Ulmer is such, like, dutiful anime son. Oh, they move around. As the rite commences, the imps throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Our struggles and our plan. Mere entertainment to these lonesome creatures. 46%. Begging your pardon, sir. The imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now, they offered a bounty in soul, if our triumvirate proves worthy. They would pay us in exchange for what exactly? And where did they get the soul for that matter? My understanding is they wish to see us perform various feats of glory. Flashy displays of mastery into rites which certain types of imp are willing to pay to see. Big bumper car imps, yeah. As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much soul lies lost within sea? Reader, it may seem beneath you, but opportunity is real, if the soul could be of benefit. I don't think we're hugely hurting for money right now, so I'm not, going to take any real risks to do it, but if we can do it, I see no reason why not. Indeed, then, reader, my girl, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs. We trust your judgment. Now let us not distract you further here. Henceforth, you shall be tossed. Did the imp just push Bertrude back whilst we're paused in this conversation? Because that's rude. Alright, let's...
Commence. To be banished.
Lost stamina. No! I messed that one up. That's a big jump. Oh, did not. Oh, I'm screwing this up. Alright, let's do some proper work here and actually get some points on the board. Right, that wasn't bad. Alright, come on, Rookie. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad. This might be our first loss. Alright, we got the ball. Come on. Let's keep hold of the ball whilst we get, what's her name, Bertrude back. No! No! Oh, just saved it. We just saved that. Alright, we got a goal. Whew, we got all our people back at least.
Perhaps you are worthy.
That's at least part of the battle, right? But now we've not got all our people back. Alright, come on. Got the ball, got the ball. Threw it in, threw it in, threw it in. Yeah! Oh, this is starting to get tough. The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling onto the sacred grounds. I thought they already were on the sacred grounds.
There are onlookers. They cannot seem to help themselves. Please, good creatures, stay back for your sakes.
What are those blasted creatures doing?
Alright, come on.
This is a
Get out this way.
tradition, not some
Pass it around.
spectacle.
Oh, I thought I could just sneak it in there.
Ferocity unbridled.
Alright, let's do the run. Let's do the jump, and in we go! One more.
The rite is nearly ended.
Oh, no, we did not. But we managed to stop the goal. I forget that Bertrude's throw isn't actually that great. Oh, for some reason my phone is ringing, so give me a minute. Good afternoon, Annemie Hansen speaking. Good time to be called by a robot. Gotta love that. This is a call from Amazon to inform you that your Prime account will be deactivated. I don't have Prime right now, Amazon.
The orb slips from your
Oh.
clutches.
Alright, come on. Let's deal with you. I'm pretty pleased I actually did manage to deal with them, to be honest. Given all that mess. Did that? That did not. Come on, come on, come on! Yeah!
Nightwings prevail. May their next adversaries fare a little better.
I feel like that, right, had its own little difficulty modifier.
It's complete.
Alas that the scribes did not heed our prayers this night. Come, Ulma, we are needed here no longer.
I didn't even see what the, like, glory thing was about. I managed to miss that.
What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles?
You know, with all the rights business, there's been one real fancy move I've been mulling for a while, and I think I just finally got how I can pull it off. Is it this move? Because we are getting that for you.
She now stands closer to the scribes, the little moon-touched girl.
I feel so overwhelmed, I think, because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up whenever I begin to think that I'm going to fall. So, yeah.
Gertrude's lust for knowledge becomes manifest.
We've still not managed to fill up Bertrude's inspiration.
The strange designs of the 8 scribes, their everlasting sorceries, are strong within this land, and we shall yet make further use of them, we think.
So, there's a choice between this one, where she deals more damage if we're losing, which could be alright, seeing as I don't think we're aiming to get to the ends of these. At the ends of these tracks. So there's Vital Pounce. Whenever she pounces at an adversary, she recovers all stamina. Or while slithering... Oh yeah, it's got to be that one. Let's get some more slither!
Until the next rite.
Alright, get to calm back down now. After you and your fellow exiles vanquished the fate, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Bertrude seems to be unwell, although you cannot yet sense why. Stubborn Flame is actually outrageously good. Is that the one where they deal less damage if they're winning like 10 less glory. Because whilst, yeah, I could see it being pretty good, the problem is that if they're at a point where they're already beating me, such that that becomes important, I feel like sort of coming back from that is not particularly likely anyway. That's why I'm feeling less like grabbing that, but I don't know, if there's a situation where it seems to be worthwhile, I might end up respeccing Bertrude to get it. Especially if there's like a combination of other talismans which reduce the amount of damage they do to my Pyre. Yeah. The one that I would be more tempted by is the one that has Bertrude do more damage if we're behind, just as a little sort of quick catch-up, because, you know, a bit more damage is always good. How are you feeling, madam?
We are terribly weary. We fear that we have taken ill somehow, for ours is a strength not easily suppressed.
There are stars you can activate to reduce your Pyre. I mean, that's true. So, yeah, it might help mitigate some of that. Yeah. But I think I'm mostly going to leave the Titan stars alone. I'm leveling up at a decent lick here. And I kind of want to win everything, so I don't want to put more difficulty modifiers on than I need to. Because that was actually the reason when I first played Bastion, I ended up stopping. Because I was like, oh, I need to beat every level with every difficulty modifier on. And it just became a bit of a slug. So I'm now just gonna ignore that. I see. Then, please do not exert yourself. Or try. The Lone Minstrel motions for you to come closer. Reader. Bertrude appears disoriented and more fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely present. Symptoms of banishment sickness. An ailment suffered by those who frequently conduct the rites. Debilitating, but fleeting. The sense of loss and isolation during banishment sometimes extends beyond that time. She should soon be able to take part in light activities, I think. But under no circumstance should she be able to conduct the upcoming rite. Now then, I ought not keep you from stars above. Please, go have a look at them for all of us. I think I'm anxious to depart this place. So I guess that's another thing that stops me from using someone too frequently, because I used Bertrude twice in a row. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. I mean, I think the whole idea of wanting people sort of leveled up at a reasonable time and inspiration is enough encouragement to mix people up, but sure. So what are our choices? We could challenge the Essence. We could challenge the Pyre Hearts. Or the Rock Dogs. Kind of tempted by Rock Dogs. How long is it till our next liberation? Can someone confirm to me, if I use Rookie in this one, given that I used him in the last one, will he have banishment sickness for the actual liberation rate? Because whilst I would like to do the Rock Dogs so that Rookie can have more story before we potentially free him, I don't want to do that at the cost of not being able to free him this time round. Maybe. Alright. That is relevant. So is it like a percentage chance, I take it? I'd like to see my team. So this would be us using Gilman, and this would be using Panather. I kinda want to do Pyre hearts then, if not rock dogs? Yeah. Because currently we'd be facing the essence in the liberation rite, which is fine. I'm happy to do that. And I think if I were to lose in this liberation rite, I'd rather have Tamitha freed than Manly. Alright, let's do this.
Very well then, reader. Once more, you shall face Sir Deluge and Pyre Arts when next the stars align. We may set course for Ridgegol at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night.
Oh, hey Rookie. I was expecting to talk to Faye after the last encounter. You thought Rookie was trying to get your attention, but soon realised his attention is fixated on somebody else. Might I assist you with something there, Mr. Greentail? Rookie has not struck you as the sort to ever be at a loss for words, and yet... I was just trying to see if maybe... Tamitha gives a laugh, not in an unkind way. At ease, Rookie darling. You should know that I have no immediate plans to snatch you up and eat you for a snack, if that was your concern. No, it's just... What is it then, Look, I got this really stupid question here. Been bugging me is all. It's just... Us curs, we don't have many run-ins with you folk, and so... What is your really stupid question, Rookie darling? Okay. Here goes. How come you always wear that hat? Do you want a hat, Rookie? Tamitha remained silent for a time, then... This helm was given to me by my blood sister on the night of my first kill. Slowly, she reaches for the helm. Rookie Greentail, this helm, it means nothing to me now. I want you to keep it. What? She has such helmet hair. Then Tamitha begins to laugh again. Come on, Rookie darling. You've got to stop being so serious around me all the time. I don't bite. Besides, we seem to make a decent enough team out there, I think. You're pretty quick. Rookie laughs, rather sheepishly. Alright. You got me pretty good there, sister. So, that stuff you said about the hat, then? Total nonsense, mostly. I just happen to like it. So, you're saying I can't keep it? If I get out of here before you, Mr. Greentail, it's all yours. It's a deal! He skitters off before Tamitha can respond. She simply shrugs at you and smiles. Aww. Oh. Let's see if Sam's got anything. Nope. You've not had anything to say in a while. Right, let's leave the Isle of Kelma behind. Oh. Hello. Why is it always the chastity that we find flying around? Are they the only ones that fly? I think Manly might hate us. Where have you gone? There you are. Oh, berries and mushrooms. Thank you. I will do that when we next land. Is that a thing? No, that's not a thing. Alright. Stuff and things. I would like to see stuff and things. Ooh. Nope, you're not taking off. Bertrude slithers up to you as the black wagon passes through the skies above her former abode. Our kind who lurk below, they would scarce believe we soar above them now. We told them when Sandalwood came to fetch us that we shall not return for some time. Our most accomplished laborers, with whom we shared so many moons in exile, we trust that they shall carry forth the reputation of our services, for we taught them all we know. How did she get lime, maybe not like that sort of green nail polish out here? Is she just like dipping her fingers in acid and that's somewhat colouring them? She seems almost nostalgic as she lists off the various services provided at Big Bertrude's. Curses, bombs, potions, powders, cleaning reagents, sleep medicines, fungicides, seances. Big Bertrude's earned quite a name for itself throughout the downside for these and other things. When we are finished here, provided we do not return from whence we came, we shall return to our establishment and carry on our business there, for there is much demand. Glowworm juiced nail polishes, oh my. Oh, hello, hello. Sisters, we are under attack. Oh, she did miss manicures off the list of services. Hold, no, we are merely being mocked. By none other than the Nightwings. Mock us all you wish, then. Wastrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you in that utterly outlandish wagon, your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as once we did, but nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond your commonwealth and become much more personal in nature. So it's not just Manly we can ram into. So... Oh. And there's usually, like, a thing to interact with before landing, isn't there? I guess the Ridge of Gol is where we're going. So we can either go to Blooming Pool. She can sway the coming rights against the Pyre Hearts in your favour here, or... Tizo thinks we could find something of value. Let's go for this, see what we can find. Instill fear in the Pyre Hearts. Berries, mushrooms. And Sandra? Nope. Got a nice little ritual going. You do your best to keep up with Pamitha as she delves into the untamed reaches of Blooming Pool. She indicates that some of her winged sisters may be nearby to lend their aid. This is as far as you can follow, Reader darling. Please excuse me for a little while. She swoops off, but swooping is bad. That much I know. Leaving you on your own. Some time passes, during which you can almost feel the downside encroaching all around you, and then... Well, that was certainly interesting. I suggest we get out of here. It would appear the Pyre Heart soon will have a little accident that should dampen their spirits. Ooh. I mean, I don't like your sort of heel ways there, but I like that they've got less hope. You find Pamitha by herself again, though her expression has grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, Reader darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, Reader. Just leave me be, Reader. Just leave me be. You do not want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Yet something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. See what she is thinking, like, me trying to read her mind. Because whilst I would like to make sure that Panther's alright, I, you know, don't want to violate her head. So... let's leave her be. That seems sensible. Panther's thoughts are her own business. The fleeting connection between you soon is severed. Thoughts are loathsome things, reader. It's difficult to know how best to hide them. Mine are plain enough for you to see by now. She exhales and looks askance. You know by now why I am in this mess with all of you. You could say I lack Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown. Or something worse if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way. Especially when one sister's leading course of death is Commonwealth-forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness of it myself, became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and others killed someday, so when she was to fly out on this big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet, a chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down, a mercy they called it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protests of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She falls silent for a while. Oh, that was a mistake. I tried to see if I could eat a little bit of cake before the next dialogue came up. And, oh, I really did not. It's tasty cake, though. My partner made some Earl Grey and nectarine tea loaf. And it is very tasty. Oh, I forgot to read that bit. Then she might realise our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them is the stupider. She brushes past you and out of the wagon for now. Oh yeah, we definitely can't use her next time. So I think we're definitely going to have to use... Oh, no, we don't have to use someone we used before, but it's either use Faye again or use Tizo, which I'm a little loath to do. Alright, what's Panther said? So, her past was as a Talon. Oh yeah, we knew that. She was born on the 31st of 8th moon, suggesting she is practical and easygoing. She made repeated attempts to make custody with enemy combatants taken into custody. The record states she remained loyal to the High Wing remnants despite claims to the contrary, and she's been here 4 years as well. Yeah, right, so her and Ruki are the only ones that we really know anything about. Guess we head up to the Ridge of Gull. It's you guys! And just as I was thinking, hey, I haven't seen those guys in a little while, I wonder how they're doing. And if they need to maybe purchase anything. Okay, we've got some more scribe snuff. Got some stardust. I think we should sell this. I mean, we've currently got stardust coming out of the wazoo, and very little to use it on, so... Oh, that gives it +5, that's not bad, but... I might just leave that for now. Because I don't think even anything that we've got equipped is particularly good for upgrading, so that's maxed. The Kerfang is maxed. We could rank that up to get her to do 2 additional damage, which I don't think is as great as the sort of primary, or the effect before that of her returning with a 50% chance, so eh. And again, could upgrade that, but it... Oh. That was almost very bad. I mean, if that had been a talisman I didn't want to upgrade. But, alright. And again, the rings are possibly tempting at a later point, but... I can't get both of them now anyway without selling stuff, so... yeah, let's leave it at that.
Appreciate you doing business, and you guys be sure to tell your friends, okay?
Poor Ron. Come on, Sandra. You got anything for me now? No. So I think all we got is to start the rite. Let's do that. As you await the stars, a form dressed in the raiments of the rite approaches you and Volfred. You at first presume it for one of your next adversaries, the Pyre Hearts. Oh. Is that Chodariel? Because that can't be. I mean, it looks a lot like her form in the rites. But he cannot be one of them. Beside you, Volfred starts. Something you have never seen him do. You observe the colours that he wears, an inverse of the Nightwings. What voice? What voice? Volfred Sandalwood. It has been a while. No, this cannot be. The demon unfastens his mask. Oh, that was a... Why am I drawing a blank on voices? I've run out of voices! It can. And you perished. I watched you fall. You did. I grieved for years, yet now you live. I do. Although these horns, they grew long ere I could walk again. Oh no, he's hot. Unbelievable. Then, why are you here now, Aurelek? That's the one that fell off the mountain, right? So the former Nightwing betrayed and abandoned in his moment of glory. It is... Actually, the hair, it reminds me... It's like the hair on the Kirin headpiece in Monster Hunter World. You know full well, Volfred, to reclaim what is mine by right. The demon Aurelek leaves without another word, just as the stars above burst to life and seem to set the sky aflame. The top is spiky and the bottom is loose straight. How does he do it? I mean, just by being that fabulous, I guess. Ooh, that seems to be a new one. They shall each have plus 50% stamina. Let's just proceed.
Reader, what lunacy is this? 'Twould appear the Nightwings are to stand against themselves this time around. This is a mutiny, in violation of the sacred law. The exile whom you face, Aurelek. Long ago he had his chance, and he relinquished it. He cannot simply claim it now. And I cannot preside over this nonsense. Good night.
So I take it we're not going to be facing the Pyre Hearts here. Oh, we're going to find out about that. What happened to the Pyre Hearts? The stars showed we were to face them. They must have suffered and misfortune of some sort. Yeah, that was Tamitha's doing.
Tampering with the star's design is not permitted, Orlek.
Cheating the worthy of their rightful liberty is not permitted either, Volfred.
You must know I took no part in that betrayal. Search your heart.
Orlek says nothing for a time. Then,
where are your raiments, Volfred?
I have refused to wear them since, in show of solidarity to you.
And to elude the voice, I would suppose. Described within the book, it calls to you during the rites and reminds you of your exile.
so I'm guessing that's the narrator is the voice?
Yes, that too.
I see. You were never very good at this anyway. We shall see if that new lot of yours is any better.
You cannot be serious. What sense is there in us standing against each other?
But Orlek puts on his mask and stands ready.
I shall crush this lot of yours, Volfred. You shall see that I am not so easily discarded, and you shall not deny my liberty again.
Reader, the adversary whom we face, Orlek. He is not one to back down. He was very experienced in the rites, even at the time, and so beware. There was no one in his day who could prevail against him, and he appears even stronger now. I wish I had more valuable advice to give in this. I wish I had foreseen this. It's a shame I can't use Volfred, because it would seem like Volfred is the story companion for this quest. So I don't want to use Rookie. And I don't want to use Tizo. So I guess that makes my decisions for me. Let's put that over there. So, what's Gilman's talisman? He jumps further than usual. That might be alright. So we want Triesta's plume. That is for gosh darn certain. We probably want the Curse Fang, which means that we're going to give Gilman the right light. Where is the right light? There's the right light. Alright, Gilman, you can have the right light. And let's have a look at them before we make any final decisions. So we have Orlek, who stuns, deals damage after saluting, and can double rush, sure, and has no talisman. None of them have talismans. Ooh, we do not want Gareth to get the ball. Is that Gareth? Looks like a G. Yeah, Gareth.
Hello, my name is Gareth.
Oh, I'm sorry, the London accent is just... it's amusing me more than it should. Alright, and finally we have Ixa. Oh, just the True Nightwings. She's an employee to Orlek and committed to the legacy of his True Nightwings. He is a savage who stands with Orlek. Alright. So this one... Alright. There's a Panther in the lead. And Faye. And Gilman.
We face a fearsome adversary, friends, but surely we have faced far worse before.
Such a triumvirate you have assembled, Volfred. Then, let us see what they can do. Come and face me, false Nightwings!
Alright, got rid of... But they also got rid of me. Alright, got rid of you. Ah, I didn't realize I had the ball yet. Alright, let's do this thing. And jump, and in we go. First blood. Let's see if we can fly in, fly in. Nope, nope. Just hit the... Alright, we've got you. And I forgot to jump. Alright, we've got you on Faye. And I have got infinite stamina, don't I? There we go. Oh, she's feeling really good right now. Oh, lost it. Did we get both of them? Oh, it's just that little delay after... Oh, there we go. Oh, I had the ball? How did I have the ball? Oh, that was all my own fault. Oh, probably because I threw it at me, right? Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Nope. Oh, Gilman's back. Cool. Alright, we got this. We don't got this. We might got this. Let's fly in. Let's fly in. So long as our pie yet burns, this is not over. But come, now, let us put an end to it. Alright, come on. Run. Nope, I meant to jump. Oh, but I have the ball. But not any longer. Oh. There we go, managed to get them. And in we go. Ooh, this is definitely getting tougher, but Noxalis! Good job, everyone.
You, who call yourselves the Nightwings, it seems that you have learned something from Sandalwood after all. But you are the Nightwings in name only. As for the rights, it's a mockery of what it once stood for. All of this, a stain upon the legacy of the scribes.
Fulford looks on as Aurelech departs without another word.
Aurelech, forgive me.
Yeah. It's a little bit annoying that her hat is obscuring where the breakpoint for her level 3 is. Or level 4, I guess. Cool. Just give your hat to Rookie already, Pamatha.
Aurelech, he has changed. Scarce resembles now Orn with whom we travelled then.
I'm afraid so. I can only begin to imagine what he has been through all these years. Reader, as you can see, Aurelech and I, we have some years in common. A story for another day. I need some time to look at how all of this affects our plan, which is at least over 50% now.
Reader, madam, Aurelech is a principled person. His freedom was denied him just when it was in his grasp. A doleful tale. Volfred shall tell you more of him in due time. Of that I have no doubt. For now, it seems the stars beseech you once again outside.
There, deep in the infinite dark, once more, you see a single star shining brighter than the rest. The path to freedom beckons you again. Yeah, we haven't had any time for vocations in the last cycle. I guess vocations are a thing of the past. That means you can only get those glory bonuses if you go directly for them.
Once more, then, unto the fall of Solium. Excellent. Our plan proceeds at pace. We need but continue to make good on all such opportunities the stars present so much as possible. Then, our ranks within the Commonwealth may yet grow strong enough that we shall sway the people toward our cause. It shall be difficult, but the people have their hearts and consciences, and the Commonwealth has long since lost its way. The never-ending wars with the high-wing remnants, the passing of more sentences of exile than ever before, for increasingly more dubious causes. The burning of books, the outlawing of literacy, these are corruptions of the teaching of the scribes. Together, we shall prove it soon enough.
Volfred, sir, what of Aurelac?
Volfred says nothing in response at first, but then...
Aurelac appears to have his own agenda now. We shall have to try and keep an eye on him, although our plan remains the same. Anyway, we have a mountain which we need to climb. Let's all rest up a bit if possible. This night, we fly at break of dawn.
Hey, Tizo! Page revealed the Nightwings. That's the thing we're reading. What is a life without an adversary? If not for forces that conspire against the will, life would be devoid of its innateness, the desire to overcome. Thus, when we, the Eight, at last each fashioned a triumvirate based on our own ideals, we realized a void still needed to be filled, as the night sky needs moonlight. We Eight were united, our triumvirate shared our affection. They needed us to set them all against a common foe. Thus did we form the Nightwings, a triumvirate envisioned to exceed them all, both through means mortal and divine, and give an undue favour in each turning of the cycle. They are the adversary we all face. It sounded some pretty big things just happened. Still nothing on your mind, huh? But you know what's on my mind? Fruit. And to a lesser extent, mushrooms. Tizo seems despondent following the confrontation with Aurelac. Tizo is filled with mixed emotions at having seen Aurelac again. Oh yeah, maybe I should have used Tizo in the last one to have some story things. That would have made sense, seeing as he was in the Nightwings with Aurelac. Like Volfred, he thought for sure that Aurelac had perished long ago. Tizo is angry that Aurelac acted so unfriendly with everyone. Then the little imp looks at you with sadness in his eyes, but says no more. He skitters up into the rafters. Alright. Oh yeah. Before I go on, I do just want to contemplate the team that I think I want to use in the next ride. So I think I want to save Ruki, but if that's not possible, I should definitely be able to have Faye rather than Tizo. So one of those two. Tizo would be good on defense. And I'm open to anyone else. We're probably going to be against the Essence, so I guess Pamitha would be the sensible third for story reasons. But that's good to know. Let's continue our journey. Let me just check that yeah, this is as far down as we can go. Just wanted to double check there are no more little interactable bits in... Oh, hello birds. In this cycle. Anything here? Nope. And luckily we're not going into the liberation rites with reduced hope this time. Unlike last. And we have potions, which I need to remember to use. Is there some sort of like sound cue for when there's a interactable? Because that would be a good thing to know rather than just scouring every map. Alright, we're up here again. So Bertrude can gain favour with the scribes here. We're not too fussed about Bertrude right now. Or Faye can. That seems like it'd be a bit more useful if we're thinking about liberating either Faye or Ruki, although preferably Ruki, but we'll see what favour Faye gets. You land amid the ancient formations of Mount Elodial, at whose summit awaits the liberation rite. And thus begins our third ascent to the fall of Solium. My agents in the Commonwealth report our plan is proceeding. Let us strive again to liberate one of our own and raise its chances. The Beyond Crystal seeks Bertrude. Hey, Sandra. Oh, you've got something to talk about now. Why are you doing this, reaching out to me again like this? I have been abandoned in this blasted rock more times than you could count, reader, and each time I have laughed it off, like so. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! I fear it will be different this time. Before, I knew that someone else would come around and pick up where the previous idiot left off. But now... She scoffs, then falls silent for a time. Well, it seems there may not be a next time after this, if what I am to understand about the stars out there is even a half-truth. So then, I can anticipate an eternity of utter solitude without even the blasted rites to keep me company. Understand that, whilst I may be an apparition in a glass to you, I yet retain a shred of self and do not happily foresee that outcome. And yet, you keep on coming back to me like this. If this is all in service of a torment, then you are most cruel, O lovely reader. Commendably so, I have to say. So then, am I to understand you wish to spend more time with me thus, knowing full well the stars are soon to put an end to this little affair? As if in answer to her question, you feel what seems to be the Beyond a Crystal itself. The Beyond a Crystal seems to be pulling you away. Let's stay with Sandra a little while longer. You focus your mind and remain where you are, there, with Sandra, in the confines of the Beyond a Crystal, and remain there with her for some time. No words need be exchanged between the two of you, and in the darkness there, for once, she does not feel alone. Soon enough, however, she bids you to depart. You shall leave those idiots of yours listless if you remain here for too long. Be gone already, and let me know if you have need of me. Is this a, like, romance subplot? Am I having a romance with a crystal ball? Just name the victim and I will be more than pleased to make them suffer for a bit. Alright, what should I give her? Why not? Let's give her that. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Bertrude. The old bog crone, then. She does have some potential, I should think. More so than most of those with whom you share that little residence. Then, let us bring her forth. Soon Bertrude appears in heed of the summons. We sense that thou hast need of us. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, crone, you answer to me here. How very eloquent. May your vast experience exceed your knack for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now come. Ooh, we're up against some fast ones. Yay! We have the ball. Haha. Did we get? Yeah, we got them. Cool. Did we? Oh, I thought we just got in first. Alright, come on. Yay! Haha! Oh! Just the amount of time you have to spend recovering from that is... Come on, we can run it in. Slither, slither, slither! Yeah! Good old slithery Bertrude. That's what they call her. Come on, come on. Give us time, time! Ah! We just managed to banish them, but they threw the ball in regardless. Come on, in. Yeah! That seemed very perfunctory, Noxalis there. Oh, if you jump over the top of the pyre, it still counts as jumping in. Cool. That is a good thing to know if I land... As in, I didn't think my jump was going to be that long when I jumped right next to the pyre, but yeah, that's a thing to bear in mind.
A simple test, undeserving to be called a challenge.
I ought to fail you just for gloating, crone, but these are not my rules and your performance was sufficient. Thus you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now farewell.
Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinket she bestoweth upon us.
We received Melith's tail. Bertrude's... Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Depending on what map we're on and what sort of obstacles exist there, that's a very strong contender for being used. Oh, actually, did we have any... No, we did not have mushrooms and fungus. We already picked those. Seek the demon scribe's favor. With some time to spare after having landed, you join Faye on a brief expedition to the monument of Solium Myrrh. Thanks be to each of you 8 scribes, for it is you who have united us together in this, your most sacred tradition. The path and the outcome are the same, is that not so? But I need not ask, for I am sure of it. And so I shall follow unflinchingly the path you have prepared for me. Soon you and she have finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Solium Myrrh has shown you favour. You shall soon begin your ascent, though there is time as yet to pursue your vocations. Faye has gained some hope. And I would like to pursue some vocations. And I can talk to the people. Let's just double check. I assume not, but... Hey, Faye! Faye seems to be talking to the Black Wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You were unsure whether to check in with her or leave her be. Faye is acting rather odd, even for her. So could wait and listen? Or let's get her attention. Though Faye is clearly capable of surviving on her own, you do worry for her. And in this case, make an attempt to reach out to her. Oh, hi, miss. I don't think I saw you there just now, and so my little brother here and we were just talking for a little while? Well, I was the one doing the talking. Why, my little brother, he is just a wagon wall, so he cannot respond. He can't respond, but he can listen, and he listens really well. Now, I'd like to get back to my conversation here with him if you don't mind, and you're welcome to stay though if you like. It seems Faye is doing alright after all. Faye wishes to continue her conversation. Well, let's stick around. You decide to take Faye up on her invitation and keep listening to her conversation with the wagon wall. Her little brother, as she calls it. My brother is a wall. Yes, indeed. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I remember. It's that they always said that there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what. They said I was moon-touched, but so what? Those deemed impaired by Commonwealth standards, or very different in a negative sense. I'm guessing this is possibly some sort of analogue for sort of mental health issues and societal reactions towards that. So then the scribes, they called me here, and they are the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were so cruel. They always were so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time, no one that I recall, really, although so much of it back then, I can't tell you how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out and let the scribes take care of me, they said. The scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone again, although I think I liked it more, being alone down here than being alone back there. Everyone's alone down here, and so it makes me feel less alone somehow. Back there, why, I would sometimes see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, but here, there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew that they were in the sky above, and I did search for them up there, you know? And then one night, I found them. I saw the stars and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad? And maybe, are they sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help, I would get closer to the scribes. That way, maybe they could answer all my questions, don't you think? But I'm so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. I'm finally not alone, and more importantly, I think sometimes I even feel that way, that I'm not alone. Maybe, as we get closer, maybe I will get to feel that way more often, being here, or being anywhere with you and all my friends. She falls silent. Though you are concerned for her at first, you sense that now she is at peace. She wanders off, faintly smiling. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. Oh, that's not actually... Well, I meant to click that, but I wanted to see Faye's bio. Past moon-touched. The Commonwealth never did know how to handle those who did not fit neatly into its mould. It said those born under a wild moon oft lead a charmed and troubled life. Yeah, this definitely seems to be some sort of analogue for, well, a possible number of real-life forced outcastednesses. She failed to meet basic cognitive standards and had no place or family in the Commonwealth. Motive none, years exiled 2. She is driven and fixated. Screw the Commonwealth and it's, you know, doing this. People are allowed to be different. Alright. So also, after that conversation, I kind of don't want to send to liberate Faye right now. Mostly because, you know, I feel like she's found a place here and I don't want to abandon her. So despite her having gained some hope in that, I still might not use her in the actual liberation, right? Because we want to... We're then limited to Ruki, right? We could raise someone else's level through the vocations. But I still think Ruki's the best shot, so we end up using Ruki, Tizo, and Pamitha. Alright, let's mentor a companion. Oh, that was cute. Having gleaned knowledge from the Book of Rites, you can impart some of its teachings. As each exile's path towards enlightenment is personal, you will have to mentor them one at a time. So I think I read some of this gives you 1,000? And am I right in thinking that, seeing as all three of these are level 4 and pretty early in level 4, they should all be available for liberation, right? So I don't need to do anything to these to make sure that Ruki is the one that I can liberate. Because if that's the case... Tempted to get... I mean, is Bertrude's other stuff going to be... Ah, that would be quite good to have, actually. Yeah, send Ruki home to his mama. Maybe Gilman? Well, I'm not banishing people too much, so I might not end up getting that, because that seems less ideal now. But yeah, what are... If someone could just confirm to me that they think that I could use all three of these to be liberated. If not, then I will definitely mentor Ruki to make sure that's the case. But other than that, I might go Pamitha. That would be a sensible mentorship. So what is... So the current enlightenment is 5,565, 5,100, 5,350. If it's a thing which people don't know if, again, that could be said. Because I'm a little bit nervous about... Yeah, mentoring gives 1,000 flat. But essentially, should I mentor Ruki to make sure that he's the one getting liberated, or can I safely mentor Pamitha? Given that Ruki's enlightenment is 465 behind the highest person's. Oh, it's usually the 3 most enlightened you can choose between. Alright. I assumed it was something to do with, like, what tier you had reached, so it should be all 3 of these which are available. Ah, that is true. So she's at 3,765, so she will not get above Ruki, so that should be fine. I think. Well, if not, we can liberate Pamitha. She's getting mentored. Fine, then let us chat together for a spell. You illustrate to Pamitha some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all 3 in a triumvirate can move and act as of one mind, although a distracted mind which can only think about them one at a time. You sense she grasps some of the concepts. Yeah. Appreciate that bit of insight, reader darling? Cool. So what are our choices? Pamitha can gain favour from that route, or Sir Gilman. I'm planning on using Pamitha, so... I think. So let's do this one. While traversing the sublime grandeur on the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Molten Melith, fourth of the 8 scribes known as the Impassioned or the Wild Witch. The mistress of fire and dust claimed she could shatter the world with a flick of her wrist. And Pamitha happens to take notice. Well, here we go again, eh, Pamitha? You got yourself into this mess, now maybe you can get yourself back out. Not that you're in any hurry, really. What would you even do if you got out? Think on that for next time. The dead can wait to hear it. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Molten Melith has shown you favour. Pamitha gained some glory! Yeah! You and your companions each arrive again at the Scribe's Gate, before an archway carved of stone.
Shall we read it?
The minstrel leads you towards his counterpart, who seems unsurprised to see you all approach.
Exiles of the Nightwings, and you again, Tariq. Greetings, Celeste. Aye, we have returned. The stars shine darkly these past nights. Nothing more than a portent of your arrival, is it? Likely nothing. More. Now, they are ready for you. Then come forth. Each of you, in turn, please state your name and what is it that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Wait. You. She points to Bertrude. You are new among this group. You shall go first. Please do as she asks, Bertrude, madam.
Yeah. We are known throughout the downside as Big Bertrude. We follow Sandalwood, for we are fond of him. He led us into exile, and he shall lead us out.
The Gate Guardian acknowledges her and motions for the rest of you to proceed. Everyone does so as before, including you. Once you all have declared yourselves, she regards you all for another moment and beckons towards the mountain's top.
The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Thank you, Celeste. Until the summit, Tariq.
Yeah. Alright, Liberation Rite number 3. Got anything going on in here? Nope. Hey, welcome back, you guys. You know, I guess it's a pretty decent spot for business all of a sudden. 'Cause used to be it was real bad up here, you know? I just be here and wait, and sometimes it gets real cold like I was telling you before and stuff like that, so... Anyway. You buying anything, or what? You got anything new? Bottled Void. Huh. Alright. So, with this, if you had someone... Remember I have potions? Yes, thank you, Candy. I had remembered, but thanks for the reminder. So, if, say, we had Jodaria still, if she had this and got, like, banished by somebody, everyone would get closer to her and then possibly in her aura as she came back in order to banish them? Is that, like, sort of one of the uses that this might have? Alright, apart from this... I think I'm fine without. I like the talismans I've got. Ah, yeah, let's sell this.
Great taste. Great taste.
You find it to be super unreliable. Oh, is it not a guarantee that you will return? Alright. I don't think I need anything here. Pleasure's all mine and dad's, you guys! Alright, I am going to take a short break to get a drink and have some cake before the liberation rite, and then get back here in a couple of minutes. Alright, all is prepared. Again, you have reached the Fall of Solium, where one among you can go free, provided you prevail against the essence in the liberation rite.
Reader, we will ask a moment of your time. We have to talk.
Are you breaking up with me, Volfred? As darkness falls, the minstrel and Volfred pull you aside.
We have some news that is,
Depending upon how you look at it, potentially unfortunate. The lone minstrel directs your attention towards the dark night sky.
the stars.
Nope, wrong voice.
The stars are fading.
It is true. With the advent of the Titan stars, visibly fewer stars seem to be shining than once you saw in the sky above. Yes, the stars themselves are vanishing. Why? I do not yet understand, but what it indicates is this. The rites are drawing to an inexorable end. The light of the stars, without it, the rites would be unable to commence. Anyway, that is the bad news. The good news is there are a lot of stars to go. How many liberation rites remain, I do not know as yet. The arithmetic is complicated. An estimation of the number of the stars, the rate at which they fade, the accelerating rate at which we're being summoned here. Anyway, I'll work it out as soon as possible. For now, I felt that you should be aware. We can inform the others in due time. At the moment, though, they have this right to think about. And so do you. Look forth. Whatever is astronomy in this world. Yeah. I mean, I assume so, or at least of the area around us, right? Although, yeah, it's strange that stars are just, like, fading and that we're not getting any supernova. Maybe physics is very different in this world. As the stars above begin to shine, Volfred's words begin to sink in. It seems you have a limited number of chances remaining to liberate your companions, including this one now. Maybe it's that there's like there are black holes spawning nearby and therefore stopping the light of the stars from reaching here. That would be terrifying. We're just going to get sucked into a supermassive black hole after we've liberated everyone. Muse was right. Or maybe it's Islak. Maybe it is. Islak was one of the Titans. Right. I know that the Withdrawn love him, but yeah. That doesn't really tell me anything about Islak. I'm sure it does in my book. There's no way I'm activating Titan Stars for Liberation, right? Screw that.
Congratulations, reader. It would appear the rites are drawing to a close. Doubtless the doing of that Orlek in all his bitter spite. For now, your exiles have another chance at freedom here upon the fall of Solium. So too do your adversaries, the Essence. They fought so very bravely for this moment. Whichever side prevails soon shall send one of its own into the warm embrace of civilization.
So the voice is blaming Orlek then. We all have different suspects.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. Pyres burn, and each of triumvirates is present and prepared. And then, anointed one of the essence, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respect you have unto your adversaries, the Night Wings.
Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Tamitha Thane. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the High Wing remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended. Should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan, then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough.
Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath notice of the scribes, Tamitha Thane. Here you shall be judged under the stars.
My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore, like your Trieste Tithys. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools and their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture!
Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha Thane.
Tamitha scoffs, then turns her attention towards your side. Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall imminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your Commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for devastation should you manage to return. I'm guessing that Tamitha being liberated wouldn't necessarily be the worst for the plan to overwhelm the Commonwealth, although maybe she'd rather see the whole area burn rather than reformed.
As for you Night Wings, you bring darkness with you. What have you wrought upon the stars? Celeste, please. We do not know what is amiss here. Night Wings have only come to see that liberation is carried out. Indeed. Then make your choice, Night Wings. Who among you is to be anointed here?
Who shall return to glory?
It shall be Rookie! Alright, let's take the Kerfang off Faye. Who else is things? Right Light, you're coming off Gilman. And Luminous Idol, you come off Bertrude. Because I do want Trieste's Plume. Because that feels pretty great. Actually, if this raises it +2, does that give... No, it doesn't give me any more damage. Alright. Let's also check out... Oh, it's a shame we don't have Headwind. Because he could banish people flying by jumping into them, couldn't he? Which was pretty great. So we're up against 3 flyers. And what have they got? Alright, faster, faster, more health. And they've all got the same skills. Alright. Alright. So, Tizo with Hode's Wing, which means, if we're going to have her with, actually maybe don't have her with Triesta's Plume in this party. Oh yeah, and potions. They're all full, oh, so they are rank 5. So, let's give Tizo additional quickness. We'll have Ruki with the Kerfang. Nope, not that. And we'll have the right line. Actually, because we've not used this stuff in a while. I might boost it up so that we might be able to get 2 additional. Yeah. Alright. So... Ruki doesn't have much in the way of presents. I think... Oh, he's got pretty high hope. He returns in 4.6 seconds. Tizo returns... Ooh, in 7 seconds. Distance between 21 and 29 is pretty huge. And she is 8 seconds. I might increase her... Oh, she's going to be like my last line of defense. That's probably not going to be useful. Let's increase Tizo's hope as well. And who gets the presents? So it affects the... Does this also affect, like, her aura charge? Is that going to be wider and longer? I'm guessing. Yeah, given that she's going to be the last line of defense, I'll give her the presents. Alright. So, we have a team. So I just noticed my mic slipped down, so if I got quiet for a little bit, that is why. Alright. Am I happy with this? Yeah. Good choice there, sister. Though, if I get out of here, I don't know what you're going to do without me.
Who shall stand with him?
Let's go... Let's go Tizo.
Tizo.
Second. Tizo is more than willing to help Ruki get home. And finally... And she had her... No, she had her glory increased, didn't she? Oh well. Sure, let's get him out of here then. Can you give him your hat for good luck, Panather?
The choice is cast.
One final obstacle to overcome ere I can soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it soon. But first, let us dance this final time. Ooh, my palms are getting a little bit... Ooh. I'm nervous.
vengeance!
Oh, I thought I jumped. Alright, we got Tizo. And Tizo has gotten in. Good job, Tizo. As the liberation rite continues, you sense Pamitha reaching out to you. Or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone, please. Let her prevail. Let her prevail. Please let her prevail. Hear this once. If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Tamitha prevail, for she is here, wrapped up in all of this because of me. The plea trails off and Pamitha remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the liberation rite. And as for Tamitha? Prepare yourselves, Nightwings! And as for you, Pamitha, I await the outcome of this night, for it shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance again. I don't think I'm gonna let her just prevail. Oh, nope. Alright, come on. Oh! I thought that I managed to banish her as well. Whoops. Alright, come on. Come on, Rookie. No! Alright, come on, Tamitha. We can get this. Into the pyre with you! Let's pass it around. No! I don't know why I was being pushed away from that, but, you know, I'll take it. Where even is the ball? There's the ball. We're all ignoring that. Hark now, my sisters, damn what the book says! Advance to strike formation. Prevail here against these wretches, no matter the cost. In disregard for the ways of rights, Tamitha Thane has ordered her triumvirate to push further afield, adopting an even more aggressive stance for the remainder of this rite. They're standing closer to the ball. Haha! That means I can outflank you!
Now go on, just once more.
Alright, we knock you down. And then we run around you, and in we go! An absolute shutout, Noxalis!
Their adversaries they defeated utterly.
I'm sorry, Pamitha, but you're also like the least interesting of my party, and
Thus ends
I wanted to
the
make Rookie
liberation
happy.
rite. And thus the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Damn you for this, Pamitha! All of this because of you! So, what now? I guess I'm just supposed to jump into this waterfall thing back here and then that's it? Home free? Home free! Something comes over him then. Now listen to me, chums. Don't any of you go thinking you're gonna miss me, yeah? You're gonna do just fine, even without old Rookie Greentail there to keep an eye out all the time. Even though the rest of you are just a bunch of slowpokes and all that. He has regained his freedom in a liberation rite. Me. I'm going to be so busy drinking myself silly on Commonwealth stock. I'm sure I'm soon going to forget each and every one of you. But just in case I don't, you be sure to stop by and visit me if you get back there too. Just look for Mama Greentail's shop, right in the heart of town. You can't miss it. So yeah, stop by, say hi, you know. Now, I think I gotta go. So, excuse me. He drops into the shimmer pool and disappears within, although you can still hear him going on about something. Well, let me tell you, this is weird in here. Hey, it's starting. Oh, wait! Ruki earned back his freedom. May you go in glory.
Godspeed, Rookie Greentail. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while.
Sorry, Pamatha. Good a time as any to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, Reader darling. I mean, it seems like there are better times to say thanks for that, given the fact that you're probably a little bit miffed that your sister's not returned from exile. Yeah. Not even any question about that.
Until the rites begin anew.
Well, Pamatha, truly did you get the best of me again? Know that your actions put our sisters on the other side in even greater peril. Not that you care, of course. Yet I'm certain that they shall prevail someday, with or without my aid. Oh, you threw that right for her. Are you a fan of Pamatha? I've just not clicked with her. Like, yeah, but I wanted Ruki out more. If I had Tizo in the lead there and wanted to keep Tizo, sure, maybe. To think that I was born to share blood of someone such as you. Oh no, well, like, you both threw that right? Maybe my game is just wrong. No, I can see why you did it. I had a bit of pause for thought. But I didn't. You prevailed in the liberation against the Essence. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Ruki, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. Tizo is sad that Ruki is no longer here, yet happy for him. That's a mood. Oh, cheer up already, Tizo. You wonder who, if anyone among you, shall be the next to go. Are those like the only two people who are like sharing thoughts on Ruki? Like Bertrude doesn't care, Volfred doesn't care, Gilman doesn't care. So you sense you know what news he is about to share. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. So we're at 68%? Oh no, 58%. I have some difficulty just sometimes reading parts of this font, I don't know why. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading away, one by one, for reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we all may harbour our suspicions. See for yourself if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the rite and now stunned into silence. If this phenomenon continues unabated, and we have every reason to believe it shall, then the rite shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion. Fear. Before, I gave you the impression that, should the Nightwings not prevail in a liberation rite, there would be other chances. This remains so. However, our chances now are numbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. You sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to Moonlight Alcove. We can discuss this further then. Now please get some rest. Our path grows harder, though not insurmountable. Not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones, others turn to their quarters, speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. Ah, hey Gilman. Nope. Alright. After the liberation rite, you find Sir Gilman in an uncharacteristically quiet and contemplative mood. He salutes you crisply with his tail. Aww.
Glory to you, Master Reader, and glory to the noble Rookie Greentail. Long may he prosper in the Commonwealth. And in so doing, may he benefit the plan into which we have all been thrust.
Then he falls silent for a time. You sense him growing very emotional.
In noble Rookie, this knight found a kindred spirit, Master Reader. One of questionable honor, the greatest cunning, and such blinding speed as to befit a minstrel's tale. This knight fears our triumvirate lost something irreplaceable in him. Of course, this knight is also pleased that Rookie has achieved his freedom, very much so. And furthermore, this knight shall now continue training even harder than before. Rookie Greentail! This knight shall train on and until such time as he is swifter than the jagged lightnings of the deathless tempest. Now, Master Reader, this knight must beg his leave of you, for it is time, not for his rest, but for his training. Know that he is very grateful for your wisdom and your guidance in these rites. Between yourself and Master Rookie, you have instilled within this knight an unshakable resolve.
He bows low. I mean, can he do anything else? And bids you a good evening. Yeah. So I guess we should have a think about who we're next going to liberate. Right? And I mean, the idea that not everyone would be liberated is kind of obvious when there will always at least be 2 people not liberated. So I'm thinking either Gilman or Faye. That's what I'm thinking. If Faye wants to leave, then I think I'll get her to go, but if she's still feeling like she wants to stay here, we'll keep her around for a little bit and try and send Gilman off. But that's gonna be tough to manage. We're gonna need to get Gilman to exceed Pamitha's experience. Alright. Greentail family portrait. A reasonable likeness of Rookie, his mother and uncle. May they have reunited by now. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove, and decide how to proceed. I do just want to obsessively check this, just because I've not quite twigged what if anything, the triggers are for her having something to say again, or if there's something visible from just looking at the Beyond a Crystal when Sandra wants to talk. But Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Oh, I thought it was a loading screen. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodial. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Volfred finds you out on your own. Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he is right. Soon all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Erza, and Aurelak. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Aurelak was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre, thus Aurelak earned his freedom. However, just as the shimmer pool was to engulf him, Erza, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Aurelak perished too, to survive a fall from Mount Elodial? I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I frankly still do not hold Erza entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rites may be partly to blame as well for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Volfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Aurelak still lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised that you lost if you added all the Titan stars. The Nightwings and our plan need all the help they can get, and so I have made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all resources to be brought to bear. Rah. So if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Fulfred bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute him in turn. Called it. They were never going to have someone with unique mechanics that we couldn't control. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Alright, I'd like to find Lendl again. That's what I'd like, because I want Tizo to have some more story. So Manly. We've not actually faced Manly yet, and the Chastity are the ones we look likely to face off against next. I'm guessing that Manly might have... The only one I can think of is, well, either the Bog Witches would be Bertrude, so maybe Fulfred? Here we have the Withdrawn, so that would be Bertrude one, I think. And here we have the Pyre Hearts. I think I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna challenge the Withdrawn. I mean, we're not going to be facing off against them anytime soon. So that would seem like we'd get some Bertrude story. We've not had any really yet. And it's not an arena that will cause us to lose morale. Not morale, hope.
You're set to re-encounter the Withdrawn, led by Witch Udmild. However outlandish her intentions seem, one ought beware of her.
He then reveals what he has learned of her and her designs. Witch Udmild, one of the Bog Dwellers and head of the Withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in legends of Islach the Astralborn than in the rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Somehow, one day, her research into flammable reagents grew into an obsession with Islach, despite widely held belief that he is dead or never did exist. But Udmild held that Islach is merely dormant, and shall someday be reborn with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then at last could Islach return to his glorious home, and Udmild would go with him. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Udmild in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. After all, a sentence to the downside meant being that much closer to Islach's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, where the Withdrawn stood ready to assist.
In short, the 8 scribes certainly would not approve of what she aims to do, so be careful in her presence, reader, and for now, good night.
You bid the lone minstrel a restful night and kind. It's too late to take flight, so you expect to press onwards come daylight. Just want to check the... Is there a plan I wanted to check? Oh, we've got 2 rights till the next liberation. Alright, so these are getting shorter and shorter. Which means we might be able to actually do one more today. We'll see. Ah, there's Fulfred. Oh! He's already max level once we've actually used him. Or not once we've used him, but... he doesn't need experience from other points. He'll just slowly start accruing it the more we use him. If we mentor him, does that count as inspiration, as experience towards the inspiration as well? So if I gain 1,000 experience from mentoring Volfred, will he actually get 2,000? Volfred's really hard to use, in your opinion. Alright. He's your favourite goalie. And it does not cash in an inspiration. Alright. So he's a long-standing exile of the Nightwing, so he can sprout a sapling at a nearby location which has its own aura. So that would be good for denying areas. Shield, channel a barrier that deflects. Ooh. That's interesting. And Blink vanishes underground, emerging further forward almost instantly. Raise Sap. Professor, yeah. So by day he was an unassuming history professor. By night he operated a small but illegal stamping press of his own design, which used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how a truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. When his underground press was at last discovered, it was publicly destroyed. Eventually he too was found and cast down. In the downside, he was taken in by the Nightwings, who sought someone with his experience. Since then, he hatched a long-term plan to recruit like-minded individuals who might stand together to usher in a new age for the Commonwealth, and has been exiled for 9 years. Oh, you don't think it lets me even mentor Volfred? Fair enough. Pretty slow. I'm sort of assuming that plays not like a million miles of, or not necessarily plays, but feels when moving around not a million miles away from Jodariel. Actually, alright, still nothing on your mind. Let's continue on.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
Is that like talking about how Pamathel wanted us to throw the rights and, you know, how she's a harp so has been attacking the Commonwealth, or... I don't know. You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. Alright, let's go to... Well, let's take a bit of a roundabout route just to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing. And then head down to the Isle of Kaelmer. Oh, hey, little bird thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Oi, what the bloody blazes? Barker notices your wagon at his flank there and begins to laugh.
Well, if it isn't the Nightwings, flaunting their little flying wagon, eh? You think you're better than us, mates, eh? Pah, I'm better than the dung I stepped in last night, which I had previously pooped out, and then deliberately stepped in. Because I'm a rock dog, yeah! Now get out of here, or have a mind to leap on over there and rip your gizzards out, you hear me?
I'm not even doing anything. This is all Barker's fault. Alright. Oh, hello. What was that? You overhear Sir Deluge in a full-on panic as his fellow Worm Knights attempt to calm him down. What do you mean it was the Nightwings? We are not to face them and are coming right again, are we? At some point, he realises your wagon is aloft, besides his own. Wait, the Pyre Hearts have a flying wagon too? That's pretty in character for Barker, yeah. But Sir Gilman was terrified of flying beforehand. The Knights shall not forgive this transgression. Once we prevail against whichever adversaries are doomed to face us next, then we shall come for you! Gah, why must this knight be forced to fly so far above the land and sea?
Again, we return to Isle of Kaelma. Hidden in this storm, I've met very few who know of it at all, much less have walked upon its stones and sand. The disconcerting tales of the demise of Kaelma Rope Caller were met his end there on that isle. The imps that swarm and breed across the place today seem not to mind. Having paid witness to rites firsthand, they have become rather obsessed with it. I sometimes wonder if it is more difficult to conduct the rites with such a boisterous audience. May the withdrawn find their way shortly, so that the imps may have the contest they desire.
Aww, Tweak is so friendly towards imps. So, Gilman thinks we can get riches there, Lone Minstrel, Stardust. I think we want riches more than Stardust. I forget, did I use up my... Oh yeah, I used it on the light right, didn't I? The Stardust that we had. But, like, the shop's got plenty of... What's the... Stardust, that's the word I'm looking for. Hey, Volfie. There. Volfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my girl. Was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It's not clear to you as yet exactly how Volfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whomever they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working as the rest of us, or, dare I say, more so. He is one of Volfred's couriers tasked with delivering news to and from the Commonwealth. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Volfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Rookie would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes, but even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. We're at 58%. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavours, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students. From my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine, it was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days, I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our plan's success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own, but those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now good afternoon then, reader, I have a delivery to make. He strides out the wagon, bearing the sealed message. Alright, let's survey the sea. You are surveying the horizon amid the dark waters of Sharpshoal, when Sir Gilman springs forth commanding your attention.
Hark, Master Reader! By this night's keen eye, he has spotted something in the depths.
Sir Gilman plunges into the waters, then soon re-emerges, bearing something new.
A veritable boon for the glory of the Night Wings!
You have received umberfin eggs. It is sopping wet. 76, cool. Thanks, Gilman. And off we trot. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first, you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is.
Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him.
I don't think I'd actually twigged that he was riding atop his father. Or if I had, I'd forgotten it. Old goblin slug dad.
But it's good running into you like this because I got for you a really special deal.
No, I often wondered what happened to Andre from Dark Souls, but it seems like here he painted himself red and gave a goblin a piggyback.
Got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about them, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're going to go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you got to do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Isle of Kelmer, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay?
The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have room enough for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he is transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. Let's help him out. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard.
Oh, great, thanks guys, I'll just squeeze right in, just...
He does not.
Dad, come on, put you back into it already!
Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Ron joined you. Can you take part in the rites, Ron? After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination.
Anyway, thanks guys. I remember what I said. These things I got here, you got dibs on them if you come visit me and Dad, that is. Now I'll be going, so be seeing you, okay?
Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effect of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts.
Ooh. Oh. That's painful.
Hey guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. I really owe you one, and so, as promised, I got something really good in stock for you right here.
He pauses for dramatic effect, then, he's also holding a slug. He reveals to you several artifacts: Black Hoof, Black Heart, and Black Claw. The bearer has more stamina than usual, but cannot grasp the orb after getting banished. So, if they return as a Howler, what does that do? The bearer's aura remains whilst oh, that's interesting. That would be cool for some of the bigger presence people. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy.
Nice, sir. You guys, you got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're gonna go fast.
Howard's are fast but have no aura and cannot jump, so essentially they'd come back as a Rookie sort of thing. Except Rookie can jump, but... Alright. So, we sell that. He is not restocked yet on potions. Can I get you to restock on potions, please, Ron?
Great taste.
They're cheap as well. So... Oh, the Black Claw is also on Jedi, yeah. Is there any sort of narrative impact for them being cursed talismans, or is it all just the fact that these are talismans with... They're sort of double-edged talismans and so will be sort of more min-maxing than just obvious boosts type thing? So if I pick up, I don't know, the Black Heart and keep it around for a bit, am I going to have lingering impacts? Because I am a little bit nervous about that. And we've got some more Stardust. I think we're pretty close to maxing out the right light, aren't we? Whilst I wait for the lag to... I mean, the answer to that question can come. I will... Yeah, so... We need 3 more to max that out. And I think I'm going to do that. Let's grab that.
Great taste.
And... Yeah, we sell... That's already a level 20. We sell Zhomya's Fang.
Oh.
I mean, for this route, am I likely to use any of them? So I'm almost certainly not going to get the Black Hoof. That seems like a thing I do not want to do. Although it says cannot grasp. Can they might still be able to be past the orb, maybe? I don't know. The Black Heart. Ooh, that could be useful on someone like Faye. And the Black Claw generally looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna pick any of those up yet. Mostly because I am worried about story impacts of that sort of thing. But if I find out later that there are no story impacts, I might come and pick some of those up because they're pretty cheap. They're leaving, Dad! Just look at how much we got this time! Hey, Gilman. Sir Gilman is fuming in anger over something. So much so that you are hesitant to approach him, but you approach him anyway.
Exile is too light a sentence for this night.
He notices you and seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire.
Oh, greetings to you, noble Master Reader. What brings you to this night this afternoon?
So Gilman is attempting to make small talk. Well, of course. So... let's ask him if everything's alright. You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected, but then...
Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then, you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Having said that, here then are the troubles you requested. You are of course familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This knight stood there on the front lines while the high-wing remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then 2 by 2, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them, shrieking with laughter all the while. This night, he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander, whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge. If not for his craven cowardice, the spiral sanctum it might have held at least a while longer. But instead, we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward, too. Thus came the time for penance. And this night, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on sentence to the downside. And as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters in the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyre Hearts, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see they lacked wherewithal, and Sir Deluge they thought he could provide it. The leadership they sought, and his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply. Or so at first he thought. When he encountered you and the Nightwings, something awakened within him. With so little honor left to lose, and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps under King Orez yet has plans in store in which this knight may play a part. This knight, he clings, however vainly, to that hope. He slithered away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him be for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all this. So as a self-imposed exile, he survived the siege of the Spiral Sanctum, though technically did no wrong. He's been here for 3 years. His motive, he volunteered for exile after the shameful outcome of the battle. Oof. I mean, at least we've got the reader's influence to boost the glory, but oh, being 5 down, that hurts. Alright. I've not heard anything about the Cursed Talisman, so I'm just going to commence the raid. The mood is more dour than usual. Oh, I should have checked. Sandra probably had nothing to say. It's more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles, and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby, her mind corrupted, calls out, screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of Witchard Mild, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land, and on her consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. However, 'tis a risk upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps. Bertrude seems to think that Udmild can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. There. The Star of Islach, our adversary worships at, and whom it represents. Fixate upon that star, reading one. If thou so darest, invoke its power. Do so, and our adversary Udmild, she shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions thus. Alright, and... oof. Yeah. It's not a liberation, right? I am prepared to take this risk. And what else have we got? Quickness, presence.
So architects have architects adversaries Pyre being healthier. All right, let's just leave it at that. Oh, reader.
For I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap. I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends. Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
We're not friends, voice. You've been negging me this whole time. What have we here? Ye have returned once more unto our presence. We sense something among ye. Who? Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary. Thou maggot! We should have known! But Bertrude does not respond. They do have very similar portraits. Are they just a palette swap with different hair? Ye Nightwings! That one shall be of little benefit to ye. That one's sorceries are a mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Islach. Soon ye shall see. Reader, my girl, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
Alright. So Volfred is very slow and seems to have no aura of his own, right? So it's the sap that... I didn't actually mean to press that, whoops. So it's the sap that has all the aura. Now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate, together. Whew. Reading one, thou invoketh the star of Islach, so then, beware. Through our sorcery shall Udmild be cast into a hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if. Our own mind shall perhaps be forfeit, otherwise. Oh, that's not good. It seems that through the outcome of this rite, either Udmild shall be permanently weakened, or Bertrude shall instead. So I want to win this.
Go on, then.
Whew. So, I want to send out my strongest team, so I'm not going to send out Volfred in this one. Because I feel like I want people I can rely on. I think we send out Tizo. Do I need to send out... If I send out Bertrude in this, will she get a bonus from it, or is it just like the dialogue and her sort of talking about trying to weaken Udmild? That will... Is that the only effect that will happen here? Because I... Shush, voice! Because I don't know if I would... Maybe I would send out Bertrude. She's got good glory. And We need all the glory we can get here. Because whilst Tizo's going to be good, it's going to be my choice. Alright. I'm going to send out Tizo.
Tizo.
That is a no-brainer. And I think I will send out Bertrude. And I think I'm going to send out Faye. So, what's Bertrude's special talisman? Oh, it's that one. Pierce through solid objects. And... okay, I want to give her the Kerfang. So I'll give Bertrude... I'll give her the right light, and I'll upgrade the right light to its maximum level. Did I call her May? I meant to say Faye. I think I called her May in my first like mini play that I did, which was like less than an hour. And I still kind of think of her as a May. Yeah, so they're fairly slow. So yeah, let's get Faye and Bertrude.
It is done.
Oh, actually, the Cursed Claw would be so good on Tizo as well. Except that... oh, it was Black Claw, sorry. Except that would mean that he wouldn't get Haub's Wing, which is also great for Tizo. But maybe it would be better. What is this terrible presence all around us? It cannot be the scribes, it cannot be! Oh, come on, permanent effects. Be good to me.
Now then, Nightwings, ye wish to mock Islach? Ye in your infinite foolishness shall be the first to suffer.
Alright.
Yes. Begin.
Come on. Round we go, round we go, round we go, round we go, in we go.
Wings thus assert themselves.
First blood is good. Did I get in? Did I get in? Did I get in? No! Alright, there we go. Get it up to you. Oh! Cannot get around that. Oh, she has infinite stamina, doesn't she? Yeah! Alright.
One of our own! Seeketh thee the lifeblood for thyself, yes! Ye ragged witch.
I don't know why that sound just makes me laugh so much.
Tampering with eldritch forces of which ye know is not. Ye forfeit everything for an abomination from the stars. Quaint! We thought perchance ye sought the true enlightenment, yet ye reveal yourselves to be as narrow as the things with which ye now consort. Islach shall devour ye as all the rest!
Oh, I'm having a good time with this.
Foul witch Udmilda.
Udmilda?
Serve the scribes as faithfully as the monstrosity which she adores.
Woo!
So douse their fire.
Yes, he did. Alright, come on, get over this way. And now we get over that way. Oh! No! Alright, we threw it in.
Be gone, Bertrude.
Yeah!
Rather bold.
And we're looking good now.
End of the ceremony.
Oh!
That one I'd be rather angry.
No!
Rub up doubting.
We We were so close to... I just screwed that up a little bit. Yeah! Noxalis!
The Night Wings prevail. Meanwhile, their adversaries wallow in defeat.
Like, I know it doesn't affect things in the long run that I
Ceremony is complete.
lost some of my pyre there, but it's like, oh, it would have felt so good to have done that on the higher difficulty. Just as a complete whitewash. Nah! How can this be? How can this be? Islach! Answer us, Islach! Islach! Witchwood Mild continues with her screaming. Sorry, Witchwood Milder continues with her screaming, having been defeated in the right. Yeah, hey, go invoke this witch's god so I can use magic to shatter her faith. Are you kind of saying that Bertrude is, like, a dickhead internet atheist? Is that what Bertrude is now? Like, do we need to get her a fedora? You observe Bertrude there, fixed in a meditative pose. There, Udmilda, relent, relent! Thy god has not abandoned thee, because thy god is dead! Oh, you flippin' fedora-wearing twazzock Bertrude. Thy god is dead. Pray to him all thou likest, yet it shall do thee no good. As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Udmilda slumps down, staring at nothing before her. Impossible! This cannot be! Answer us! Answer us! Udmild suffered -5 hope, permanently. Now, given that we're unlikely to be facing Udmilda in a liberation rite again, given that we already have, that was probably something that I shouldn't have done, as it posed more of a risk to myself than it gave me any benefit, but it worked out alright.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
But we definitely want to use Volfred in the next one.
Until the stars align.
Hopefully no one's got any banishment sickness. Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after overwhelming the Withdrawn with aplomb when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my girl. Thank you for your continued efforts given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. So whilst, if it's available, I would like to go and face off against Lendl. Given that we just used Tizo and I want to use Tizo in the Liberation, right? And that's going to be the one after this one. I don't think we can afford to do that. Yeah. So there's that one. We could go face off against the Chastity, which presumably would be a Volfred thing. That's probably worthwhile. And we've got rid of Ruki, so you know, there's no reason, oh well, no like story reason to do that, really. And maybe if we beat the Chastity, we won't face them in the moment. We'll face the Accusers when we can have Tizo against them. But a gap of 6 favor seems pretty big, right? I don't know how much you gain for winning and losing. I assume maybe it's like a change of 1 or something. But let's go and face off against the Chastity. I think that's what we're going to do. Ah, the chastity and old manly. He is without shame, the product of corruption that now festers in the Commonwealth. You and Volfred then go over what he knows of your next adversary. H. Manly Tinderstauf, the offspring of a semi-famous sap industrialist, who was born into wealth and lived in the lap of luxury, never having to fend for himself. When he came of age, he soon was offered cushy ambassadorship positions that required little more than a silver tongue to convince the Commonwealth that he was keeping busy. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing much at all that he started spending all his family's riches to assert his fame and status. And I mean, if there's anything I know about Donald Stump, oh, I like that. If there's anything I know about, you know, government positions, it's that you should do nothing in particular, but do it very well. One day, he attempted to pay off the wrong individual, a particularly stern Commonwealth diplomat, who promptly turned him in and had him sent downriver. Manly was very disappointed by all this, but soon saw in it an opportunity, for he knew well that, in his inner circles, there were those who had gone into exile and returned. Thanks to his connections, he tracked down the chastity deep in Wakingwood. He finagled his way onto the triumvirate using his well-worn skills. He in turn convinced himself that he would earn a position of great influence once he secured a way back to his home. He continues making hollow promises. We're gonna make saps great. No, I can't do a Donald Trump. I can't do it. I need to, you know, get a non-problematic version of Alec Baldwin in here to do it. Our plan is going to prevent such characters as Manly from coming to power, mark my word. For now, we ought to prepare to seek the stars again with adequate night's rest. You bid Volfred a good night and take your leave. It is too late now to prepare for flight, so you arrange to depart first thing in the morning. Hello, my girl. Tizo and I were just reminiscing on old times. Tizo is happy to have Volfred back among the Nightwings once again. Yeah! Thank you, Tizo. I'm happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though, you understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Tizo indicates he understands full well. I trust that Tariq provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Tizo confirms he did enjoy travelling alongside the Lone Minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Volfred, sir? Volfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tariq. We are well enough for now, Tizo and I. We were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. He was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo has the sharpest instincts of us all, and the best talisman. But the bite he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? It did indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It's a good reminder that, despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, can I say the same, sir? Tizo shares the sentiment as well. Yeah. Volfred turns to you. I should apologise, my girl. Here we are, talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that you know, we are a strange assortment, are we not? And those of us who share some kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it. But it should not be to the exclusion of the friendships that we forge right now. So please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together you, Volfred, Tizo, and the Lone Minstrel talk a while about the times gone by. À la recherche de temps perdu. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experience in the past. Just the same, they have welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon the conversation winds down, though it lifted all your spirits for the while. yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I might do more of this tomorrow. I would ordinarily try and do XCOM tomorrow, but I'm not sure I'm going to have the old show cleaned up by then because OBS decided to be really rubbish and has caused me to spend, like, currently 8 hours doing about 2/3 of the work on it. So yeah, maybe some more of this tomorrow. If not, then Friday and Racial Justice stream on Wednesday. If you enjoyed the video, please soothe my ego. That would be good. And otherwise, I hope you'll have a lovely rest of your day whilst I gather these mushrooms. Goodbye.